All right, so I told you there'd be a question about the conditions or assumptions necessary to do any of the things we learned about, whether we're talking about sampling distributions, confidence intervals, hypothesis tests, or sample size calculations. And that's exactly what this question is. So just reading these things, it says these are valid because or not valid because. I'm just looking at our answer choices. And I kind of like to look through the answer choices on this type of question first. So is valid because the sample size of more than 30 is used. We know n greater than or equal to 30 is a thing about the central limit theorem, which is about means. So that's sketchy right there. It's probably, we can see up here there's talking about proportions, so no thank you. Is valid because every resident was asked the same question. Well, we know there are 4 things that we need to meet for these things to be valid. None of them, I mean, yes, we would need to ask them the same question, but this doesn't show us checking the rest. I might keep it in because right now I'm not completely sure that anything's screwed up. Is valid because no conditions are required. Well, that's crazy. We know there are 4. This confidence interval is not valid because the quantity np hat is too small. This is giving me something that actually matters for proportions, right? We need our np hat to be greater than or equal to 10. So we have something to actually check when we go read through our question. And it's not valid because no opinion was included as a response category. Okay, so let's go read what the heck this thing was for. We're interested in building a waste management thing. Of the 100 people, 54 said no, 4 said yes, and 42 had no opinion. We constructed an interval to estimate the proportion who support building a waste facility. So that would be these 4 people, right? So if we made a p hat here, this would be 4 out of the 100 people, which is 0.04. I had a lot of students choose E on this question. And now this, I understand that it's not binary, right? We need those binary outcomes, but it's either yes or they don't support it, right? And it's not that it's support or other. So in this case, 96% of people don't care or don't support it. So this is okay. A lot of people get distracted by E. If we actually check D though, our n is 100 times 0.04. Oh, this is just going to give me back out my 4. And that is much too small of a sample size, a size of successes for us to make sure that we've gotten away from cutting off those tails of our underlying binomial distribution. So the correct answer choice here was E. But like I said, I had a lot of students really want D. I don't know if I said D. I had a lot of students want to choose E because of the fact that it wasn't binary. But remember, just because there are 5 different colors of Skittles or whatever that might be, if we're counting up reds, everything else is just not red. A little bit harder to see in this situation than that, but that's what we're up against.